Hey, welcome back to Questing Phoenix, episode 41. So, I fixed the problems with the mob farm. I just always remembered these attractors working much better, and turns out they did. There's a bug in recent versions of Ender.io that made them stop working. So, I am using a development build right now, and it works fine. Brings them right over into the area of effect of the Killer Joe, and that works great. I was almost going to increase the range of the Killer Joe to be the same range as the room so that, we wouldn't have this problem, but there is a fix for it, and hopefully they'll make another public release soon, and this thing will be fixed in it, so that will be nice. But yeah, all the mobs rush right over the Killer Joe to be murdered, so we now get experience and everything else. We get mob heads and mob drops and gunpowder, just everything. And it's working really well. So, that's going really well. The other thing I want to work on is this cobblestone generator. So, it's working really well. In fact, we now have way too much cobblestone, 5,100. That's crazy. But hey, it might help because I don't know how much gunpowder we've gotten from the system. 110, not that much, really. Really not that much. And it's going to be a lot less once I start requesting Terra Steel, which I never made a pattern for, but I didn't have the mana to do that before. But now I'd like to make Terra Steel armor. Let's see here. I guess there's no quest for that. Okay. Alright. Mana Pearl. Mana Diamond. Mana Steel. We'll get a piece of Terra Steel. Let's go fix that pattern real quick and we'll start making Terra Steel. There we go. Terra Steel is diamond plus pearl plus ingot. Let's go add that to this guy out here. There we go. Now, let's make a Terra Steel ingot. In fact, I want 12 of them, which would not have been possible before we had enough mana over here, because, it takes quite a bit of mana to do this. But with 5 pools to draw from, it's getting a lot better. I'm thinking it's finally getting enough TNT. This guy should be going much more. Okay, he's going. So, we'll take care of that. So, like I said, I want 12 pieces of Terra Steel. Oh, that doesn't work. I had never tried doing something like that, but it makes sense that it might not work. Alright. Well, I don't know how to fix that just yet with the crafter thing, because I don't know what kind of redstone signals we're going to get from this, if any. So, let's get a comparator and just see if there are any signals that we can look for. Let's get some redstone. Yeah. So let's actually request just one Terra Steel ingot and see if we can fix some of this. I'm not sure we can do it like this, And if we can't, I need to think of another method. Oh, 3, 4, 5. When it has a full strength, it's done. That's interesting. So we definitely could do something like that with a comparator. Well, then I think we should definitely look into doing something like that. So this gives off a strength of how complete it is, and when it hits 15, it's done. Alright, so I basically need to do something like these guys, only we'll need to make sure the strength is 15. I think. Let's see here. Let's get another comparator. Is that right? We go out for something, we go into the side of that. Okay, it would be like this then. Alright. So we are comparing that. And we are comparing it to 15 and getting nothing right now. So I'm curious what happens when we request TerraSteel. I didn't see anything in there. So, what if we said 14 with an advanced redstone torch instead? Both in compare mode. Yeah, okay. Let's try that again. Okay, we did get a signal at the very end there. So that should be good for our crafter. So you are going to go into Redstone Pulse Inserts Next Set. And we are going to run some cables from this guy and see if that works. We're going to need more than that. Alright. I'd like to dig down some. Yeah, that's not too bad. We've got the cable going right here. Yeah, that's going to work right there. Okay, so we now have a cable that can go right up here to this crafter, and we are going to give it an output on green. Going to give this guy an input on green, and that, I think, should work. So where's my dirt rod? Let's go fill in. No, stay in the hole for a minute. I know you have step assist. That's very helpful. I appreciate that. But just for a second, let's not do that. And I'll get another grass block facade. Alright. Does this work? Let's get 2 of them. It only does 1. It gets second one. Cool. I didn't even know that was a problem. I never tried to craft like a dozen TerraSteel at once, I don't think, because I don't think I've ever made this armor before. It's expensive. I've always used other armors, but I've always wanted to try it, so we're going to try the TerraSteel armor. So it'll be very helpful to be able to craft multiple ingots of Terra steel at once. Okay, there we go. Put some of these things up, and this, which I was testing with. Where does that leave us? Let's get rid of this guy, and my shovel, and the wand. So, actually I want the wand, because I want to check on how full are these pools. Wow. Yeah, I can't craft all the Terra steel right now. You can see we're almost... we've gone down half on almost all of these already. Alright, well, you know, we'll have to wait a bit for that. We need 6 more. Let's get 2 more. And let's go work on something else. Let's see here. Let's get a facade. And let's get a grass block. You know, I'm often digging into this, but I forget there's a hotkey for it. The F4 key. I don't know if downgrading this guy made the opening better or not. I haven't had enough time to play with that yet, so. Alright. How you guys doing? I mean, can probably do 2 more Terra steel before we're completely out. So hey, let's go ahead and do that. Wow. But yeah, we will be wholly out of mana for this. Yeah, that is it. Was even having some trouble transmuting for a minute. Okay, next thing I want to fix is this guy. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but we've got lots of cobblestone, like, you know, thousands. And I would like this to run when we don't have enough, you know, like when we have under 1,000 or something. So what we're going to do is, rather than using this guy as the timer, we're going to use a different guy as the timer. So let's take this guy off real quick, and let's get my mana tablet. Because, hey, we're not so rich in mana we can afford to be wasting it right now. We just used all our mana. So I'm going to move this guy to be on top. Put the spark back. And we got a tool as a reward in RF Tools for their timer. And their timer has a nice property. You can tell it to turn off with a redstone signal. Now you can you can stop and you can pause and unpause the timer in Botania, but it has to be a redstone pulse, not an on-off, not a either it's on or it's off. So we're gonna put this at 200, and we're gonna pause while redstone's active, and I'm gonna watch how that doesn't work when I, you know, do this in a minute. Oh, it did actually. Oh, it didn't used to keep its settings. That is nice. Alright, so now we're getting more cobblestone. But actually, I don't want more cobblestone right now. I want to know if we have enough cobblestone system, because if we do, there's no reason to keep running this. So, let's get a piece of cobblestone. And let's say if you have fewer than 1,000, that's when I want you to run, although it would be more than 1,000 because you're going to turn off the signal. And all we have to do now is hook you up to the system. So all I have to do is figure out what the system is. I see that it's over there. So I'm guessing we're just going to run it right over here. Okay, So let's get some conduit. We're going to need more than that. I would keep these in stock, but then every time you pull out, it makes more. And that's just, you know, I'd have to pull out half it every time, and I don't really like doing that. So I'm not a fan of keeping those in stock. It's one of the few things I use all the time that I don't try and keep in stock. Okay, now that we have more than 1,000 cobblestone, this guy is going to not run. So we should always have enough cobblestone, and we won't have to worry about that in the future. Won't have to worry about him filling up the system either. But and he will run out of the cobblestone he has because you know, we're going to make a lot of TNT and a lot of sand right now and a lot of gunpowder. So we'll be doing a lot of transmuting. So okay, all right. Yeah, I think this is working pretty well. So what else should we do this episode? Well, let's start working on that Terra Steel armor. We've got some of it, so we can definitely do some parts of it. So how do you get Terra Steel armor? I want the helmet. I want the chest plate, the leggings, and the boots. Now they are an upgrade to Mana Steel. Alright, we need twigs, a helmet, 3 pieces for each one, and a rune. Looks like we need all of these secondary runes. So let's make sure that we have those. Let's see here. Don't have a rune of spring. No rune of summer. We got runes of winter. We have no oak leaves or any kind of leaves. Let's go get our shears. You can use a drum of the canopy to shear leaves, but you don't really need a lot of these things. So honestly, I'm going to get, wrong button, a few stacks and then just probably be done. I'm thinking forever, honestly. I can't imagine that we will need more of these leaves than I have right now. But, you know, maybe I'll be surprised. I got rid of my dark axe. The recharge time is really annoying. And since I'm not manually chopping down trees anymore, it didn't seem like it was worth it. I won't chop down trees much anymore, so, you know, I'm just going to use this axe. I may upgrade it to an Elementium axe at some point. I don't remember what the benefits are of that. But, I know I don't like the Elementium pickaxe. It breaks stone, like destroys it. And I mean, that's a good idea, maybe at sometimes for some people, but mostly a lot of my base is made of stone, and it will destroy this diorite. Or my 4 tiles will destroy those, and I'll have to rebuild them when I replace them. So I don't like that feature. So, and I don't think it's faster. I think it just has these features. So, all right. All right. How are they doing on the runes? I think he might be done. I was wondering if he'd have enough mana by now. I think he should. The TNT generators are pretty good, but you never know. All right, so Rune of Autumn. Yep. Yeah. Says I got all the rest of them. Yeah, I think it's good. Okay, so I'm curious what happens to our Protection 1 upgrade. I don't actually want that, so it would be interesting to see what happens. We need some twigs too. I seem to always need these things and I never make them, so I'm going to make some real quick. Alright, let's get a twig. Let's get a twig, I said. Because we're auto-crafting. Oh, we're out of pattern spaces. Again. Hang on. Interface, crafting upgrade, external storage. Hey, I wanted that. Okay. Let's get this guy going. And get this guy going. And this guy. Alright, there we go. We'll have twigs in there now. Let's try it again. He will still have protection 1. Do I want that? Or do I want to make a better protection thing? I mean, you can enchant him later on. I'm not sure that's what I want, really. I think I'll make, you know, a different chest plate. So, mana steel, ingot. Let's, just going to use that real quick. It's fine. So, there we go. Chest plate. Where's the leggings? I can't even tell these things apart. There's the leggings. There's the boots. And we need 2 more Terra Steel. What are the odds we can get 2 more Terra Steel already? I'm going to guess 0. Alright, let me come back when we've got a bit more mana, and I'll make the rest of those, and that'll wrap up the episode. Alright, I borrowed the ingot that was in the, I like the way that looks. I borrowed the ingot that was in, God, what is that thing called? I can't walk out the door. I don't know how to walk out the door this way. There we go. I have borrowed the ingot in the item frame because we just don't have enough mana right now. I'll replace it later. But yeah, got Terra Steel armor now. Cool. Now I'd like to add some enchantments, and we've got plenty of experience, but I want to add protection 4. And to get books like that, it requires 64 dark steel ingots per book. And we don't have the obsidian for that. So, next episode, we're going to make an obsidian generator, I think. Alright, hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, leave it a like and maybe even subscribe, and I will see you next time.